No. Timon, you got to say that on the podcast. You can't say that before we start recording. Everyone needs to hear that. That was so funny.
I think that'd be too much.
Tell me. No, dude.
That was so
Say
funny.
it, dude. I know there's going to be people out there that are like, that's too far, but just.
That was so funny. All right. I know it will be the same, but say it again.
And give the background. Give the whole context of everything.
I'm not even going to try this time.
No, come on,
dude,
come on. It was
come
so
on.
funny. If you would have pressed the button 5 seconds earlier,
my gosh.
they would have got to hear
I was
it.
like, this is, yeah. Are we rolling right now? We can just use that.
I can't believe we're recording. All right. All right.
I'm not even going to.
Yeah! It's so funny.
And that's it. That was it, guys. Ooh, I think this tight beat means that it's going down with some random thoughts and white meat too. Midwest best friends eating fast food on repeat. So come along, let's have some fun and go ahead, get on your feet, cause it's the Ghostrunners podcast. Every Monday morning we're taking back Ghostrunners podcast. The joke's never gonna get old, man.
How much longer are you guys going to do this?
I don't know. Maybe one more time.
Oh, man. Timon's in therapy like 5 years from now, like lying down on one of those like table, like wherever those beds. And he's like, I mean, it all started this one time when, they asked me to do something and I was not prepared for it. And they just kept doing it. They just kept asking.
It's a life of anxiety. Scared of always being put on the spot.
I don't know. I don't know where it comes from. Yeah, my dad was laughed at every single day until he was 18 years old. Yeah, maybe that's part of it. Okay. Oh, man. Hey, happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Go Chiefs.
Go Chiefs. They're in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Did you hear? Timon heard.
I heard. Yeah, I saw.
Timon watched the game. Did you hear this?
No, how do you know this?
I
Go ahead. I saw Timon the other day.
Yeah.
In the wild. I didn't even pay him.
How do you guys see each other?
Timon, you want to go ahead? Or you
Sure,
tongue-tied still?
It was at the my
What'd you
friend.
call him last week?
Letterbox.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Letterbox. It was so my friend JJ, who's like gone to some of these like college age kind of like worship night type things at LBC, invited me to go to this like men's worship night thing.
Yeah.
And Brad was there.
Yeah, I walk in and there's Timon, Jesse, Zach, the boys.
Jesse's going to the college age worship night thing?
I think Jesse should go before Timon. That guy, he seems like he's got his head on his shoulders. Timon's all over the place.
Yep.
Forgetting about s'mores, stuff like that. So, yeah, it was fun to see Timon there.
Yeah.
I don't even know JJ though. This is a new
Yeah,
guy.
he's from Fort Scott, but like moved to Kansas City.
Fort Scott.
Interesting.
And
Great, Scott.
so I know him through church, and
Okay.
then he's just like goes there for the community, I guess.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you think of the worship night?
I thought it was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was super cool.
It's one of my favorite things. Like,
Yeah,
the men's worship night. Yeah, just getting together and
it was great.
yeah, it's awesome.
Yep.
Were you okay with the instruments in the music? Because I know that your church is
I had to take some deep breaths. It was great.
Okay, I honestly
Deep
did
breath.
have this question. We'll talk about the Chiefs in a second. So, classic thing with like older like worship leaders is like they change the octave of the song halfway through.
Cool.
Not the octave, the key.
Okay.
So it's like that say, I once was blind, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. When we've been there, like
Yeah.
and like it's a little bit. I don't love it personally.
Okay.
But it's what I feel like a lot of old like organists, like people that have like choirs in their
You
church
want them to
do it.
stay home. Stay in home base.
I've never been a change the key guy personally.
Okay.
Because often it's like, okay, I'm kind of comfortable singing in this key, and then it's like, let's go higher.
Make it harder.
Yes, pretty much. And then all of a sudden, like, especially when it's a whole congregation of men and women, maybe it's a good key for the women, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, this isn't a good key for me, or vice versa. Anyway.
Do people do key changes lower? Like it always goes higher when you hear of a key change.
Yeah, good question. I can't think of a time where you go lower.
I think it's like it's always the goal is to make it more kind of triumphant and
Right.
stuff. So it's like going lower, we kind of diminish that.
Right.
Yeah.
So all I had to say, my question was, do you guys, without instruments, ever do key changes? Because that would seem
No,
impossible.
we never do.
Okay.
Yeah. I I think like I liked it that night. I think
Yeah.
it was like How Great Thou Art or something like that. And
Yeah.
I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
And I was kind of anticipating it. That's a song you typically would hear it on.
Yeah, it's like the fourth verse.
so I
like,
was
it's like,
ready for it,
Let's
yeah.
bring it home with the key change.
Come on.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Did you guys sing the Elvis version?
I think so.
Or he like did it in an Elvis way.
Just only the sideburns. Like everything else was pretty normal,
Totally
but like
normal.
he came. It was like the last song, after they spoke for a while. Like, hey, let's have one last song before we leave. And he came out with sideburns twice as long as they were before. I was like, how do you do that? So he called us all mamas, even though we were men.
Good.
All right, mamas.
One last
Hey,
song for
mamas.
you, mamas.
Yeah. Okay, mama. So anyway, yeah, I thought about you during that part though.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I've thought about you the whole time because I was like, what does Timon think about this music and whatever? Not because of the instruments, but just
No, yeah, I had
his music.
nothing bad to say about it. It was
So-
great.
Yeah, it was fun to worship with time.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Anyway, Chiefs. Timon watched it.
Timon
Yes.
Yeah, where'd you watch it?
Zach's house.
Nice.
Yeah.
We also went to a friend's house. We went
Yes,
to
we did.
Scott's house.
Yes, we did.
I was a little late getting there right before kickoff. Right away, you guys instantly just bad. What's that word?
Juju?
No.
Bad. Beat. Bad.
This is a good podcast. Doesn't matter. Basically, as soon as I get in there, they're making all this food, and they got puppy
Influence.
chow. Bad
Yeah.
influences.
Yeah.
That's the word.
Temptations.
And, Scott's like, got some Coke Zeros. I'm like, oh no, I'm trying to be healthy. And Brad's like, they're cherry Coke Zeros. I'm
Yeah.
like, stop, you guys.
I'm sorry. I thought zeros were okay. We're going for less. I don't know. Yeah. I thought I was like embracing with you.
Dude.
Like, dude, you and I, more than anybody else I know, love cherry things. Like cherry Coke.
It is so good.
Like cherry and vanilla. Like you and I get excited about those things. And so I thought we were gonna like, dude, Chiefs are on, cherry Coke Zeros in the
Splurge
fridge.
a little bit, yeah.
And you're like, why are you telling me that? Sorry.
But I stayed strong all night with the puppy chow.
Yep.
One thing that was nice, I keep meaning to post this video to our Facebook page, but the boys got shredded. It's a great way to get shredded when you motivate yourself with the Chiefs.
Yeah, it was fun.
After the first touchdown, which I think this is like a college mascot thing
Yes.
at certain schools. But
Willie the Wildcat did it at K-State.
okay, I feel like the Oregon Duck has done it.
Oh,
like I've
for
seen
sure.
him do
The
it.
Duck does it.
Anyway, Chiefs score 7 points. Gunner drops down, starts doing 7 push-ups. And I was like, well, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Scott was like, well, I'll join. Brad's like, well, I'll join.
I'm not gonna not do it if everyone else is doing it. Yeah.
So then the Chiefs score 14 points. No
problem.
Well, instead of just doing 7 push-ups, now you do the number of push-ups of the points they currently have.
Mm-hmm.
You do 14. Well, then they score 4 touchdowns and they get extra or a 2-point conversion. Now they score a field goal. We ended up doing 103 push-ups that night.
Yeah.
Brad was texting later about it and said, like, had fun with you guys. Still a little sore from hashtag AFC 103. It's a great hashtag.
AFC 103.
We'll always remember it. That was the night, the AFC 103.
Yeah, what did we score? 32 points. So like after we scored 32 points, I was like, there was like 3 minutes left in the game. I was like, gosh, I hope the defense holds them and we just run out the clock. Like we don't need to score any more points. Like 32 in a row was like a little tough.
It was funny how the push-ups affected how we cheered for the game.
Yes, like
Come on, hold them here. Let's have just a dog fight in the
Right.
trenches. Let's really hold
right.
them.
And also like it was funny like we were also preparing for the push-ups.
That was funny too.
Like we were anticipating a score, and so like we would all assume positions around the room.
it was like different superstition things. Like Scott's like, I'm gonna go and get in position now.
Yes, right.
Like that's not working, Scott.
Yeah, Scott would be like, "What? Every time I do this, we don't score. I need to stand back up."
It's like Mahomes takes a 5-step drop. It's like I'm gonna go and get a little lower.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
oh, he's throwing it deep. Get down. That never worked. But yeah, so it was fun doing push-ups together.
There was one time I think there was one maybe like or not controversial. There was plenty of controversy. Blah blah blah. But there was one time where I think it was like, I don't know, they're going to review it, see if they're scoring. And I was already going and I was like, I don't care.
Yeah,
I hope they confirm it because I'm not doing this again.
Yeah, we were trying to mess with Brad. Oh, out of bounds.
Oh, you were just messing with me?
Yeah, they weren't even like somewhat thinking about it.
I 100% because like sometimes you guys were like, we're going to wait for the extra point. I was like, nope, I'm getting ahead of this thing.
And yeah, Brad would like walked away. We're like, oh, I hope they don't call it out of bounds. Brad's like, you guys are messing with me. And then we kept going. He's like, you guys serious? I'm like, no.
I 100% thought you were real. That's so funny. Yeah, that was great. Just a classic joke throughout the game was like, sometimes we're like on our own 10-yard line or something, like 90 yards away, right? On our own 10-yard line.
Good.
I always forget
Good.
how the terminology is.
I have no problem with that. You know what I get mixed up in basketball is back court and front court. Sometimes I get those confused.
I also, I'm pretty positive front court is your own, you're trying to score on. Is that right?
Well, I would just think like a position, like, oh, the Warriors, they've got a great backcourt.
Oh, I see.
I think that means guards. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tricky though.
Yeah.
The 10-yard line.
Yeah, so like 90 yards for a touchdown, very improbable. It'd be like we would jokingly like get on the ground and get ready for push-ups.
Just in case they rattle one off.
Or like we're on defense, we're like, I can feel one coming, boys, you know?
I'm going to go ahead and go down for one.
Yeah.
So I have a head start.
Yeah, plank position until we get this. So it was great. It was so fun. And
Push-ups were a fun part of the night.
I mean, yeah, it was just funny to like hear us all like struggling together to do these things. Yeah. I mean, I haven't done that many push-ups in a row in a long time. Like
I went upstairs at halftime to make my own little factor meal. Did you guys Wim Hof?
No, we didn't.
Didn't Wim Hof? Okay.
We just sat there in silence, you know. It was pretty nice, little cozy vibe down in Scott's basement because it was dark. He had those LEDs, you know, the new fad of the world is these LEDs.
Clyde really opened his eyes.
Yeah.
To how a TV can look.
Yeah, but pretty much just hung out.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
As a fan, you also have to lock in come playoff time.
Yeah.
As a fan, you also need to read every single thing that people are saying during halftime and during commercials.
I rely on you for that. Like
I think I do just fine.
Commercials, you're like, okay, that was only the third designed run that Patrick Mahomes has ran in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
You know, like
I love finding the fun facts.
Yeah. And you're my curator of that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Najee Johnson started the game at corner, but then no longer played with the starting team the rest of the game.
Very interesting.
What's up?
Maybe it was one of those like Jalen Watson got, punished. Like, hey, you're sitting out this game.
You're not going to
No,
start.
come on, coach. Come on, No, you're not starting this game. I don't care what you say. And then it's like 3 snaps in. Najee Johnson's not.
All right, go on out there.
Yeah. So Timon, how much were you watching versus how much was it just on in the background?
How much were you guys like singing songs?
We were sitting around it.
How many like Hobbit songs did you sing during this broadcast?
We were pretty locked in on it. I mean, and I was watching. It wasn't like boring to me.
Oh, wow.
Like
It wasn't?
Hot take, hot take.
Well, just as in like it wasn't like I was so uninterested in the outcome that I just was kind of like wandering around. Like I liked watching.
You
it.
were like intrigued by it.
Yeah.
Good.
Was there a point in the game where you were like extremely confused? Was there anything that you had never encountered in like football rules or anything?
I think a few times, like there was, I really wasn't like analyzing much, but I think there was one time where they were just really crowding around the ball, and I was like, "That's kind of interesting." Wonder what's going to happen with that.
Group hugging a lot. The Bills are calling the group hug play, and it's not working.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, not that much. I was always like I would not have been able to tell like if there was a close something we're like in a review. I was like, I don't know what I would think.
I don't know what the rule is. Yeah, I don't know how you determine this.
No clue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even among people who watch a lot of football, the rules either change so much or they're so ambiguous that it's even hard to like know like what is the rule on ball hitting the ground?
Yeah.
I think it can hit the ground, but as long as it doesn't move, which is kind of a gray area.
You have control of the ball before you hit the ground.
Yes. And it doesn't jostle. They like to use the word jostle.
Yeah.
It looks to be jostling around a bit, Jim.
Jostle's a good word.
Yeah, I like jostle.
Yeah, I was jostling around. I mean, I don't know. It's the shocks on this thing are rough. I was jostling around when I was driving it.
We used to have a Jocelyn who listened to the podcast. Remember the worship leader?
Yeah.
Wonder if she's still out there.
Wonder if she changes keys halfway through the song. Jocelyn, how you doing?
How do you prefer your Jocelyn spelled? Jocelyn, the listener, is with a C and a Y. I went to high school with a Jocelyn SS.
No, I like C and Y. I think that's the. I'm a standard guy. I'm not trying to mod out any names. I'm not. My
You're
truck,
not buying the Call of Duty package.
My truck comes with what it comes with, and I'm not doing lift kits. I'm not.
Okay.
And I think the C and the Y are the right way, the regular way.
C and the Y, as in, is there an E between those?
JOCELYN.
Okay, that's the one I know. Yeah, I don't know.
Jocelyn.
Sounds great to me.
How many ways can you spell Jocelyn?
I'll tell you, Catherine,
many.
KATHRYN. There's a million ways to spell. Not a
lot of Catherines.
Yeah. And, of course, my Catherine thinks that's the right way to spell it. And I'm like, I don't know.
It's not the most common way. So I don't think you could say it's the right way, but I think it might be my favorite way.
100%.
I like the Y.
Y's are cool.
Yeah.
I
was trying to tell Rachel Y's so cool.
I was telling him about Yachel. Yeah, he's so cool.
Yach.
Yeah, there's something about them. I don't know. They got a little bit of swag to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eyes.
We've all seen
no
them.
offense, Timon, you know.
Time at TIMYN.
TYMON though.
Or that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would confuse a lot less people. I think.
Yes,
It would.
dude.
It's like
Yeah.
phonetic.
I've always thought that. I was like,
What's it
if
gonna
I could,
take?
I should just change it.
What's it gonna take?
How many patrons?
If I get
You legally change
if I
your
get
name?
3 tattoos, would you change your name legally?
This is a good.
Like
bet.
a good trade. Like I could
I think that
I could
sounds
do any
fair.
tattoo
Yeah.
and I could put them anywhere on my body.
And it's
Big or
just a
small?
Y. It's just it's pronounced the same.
You'd
Everyone
never-
who knows
yeah.
me, yeah. But it's just people who meet me for the first time. It makes more sense to them.
Timon. Yeah.
I had a friend in
worth it.
college who so his name was Russell, but he wanted to go by Russ. And so when he started, I think like early on, like first grade, second grade, third grade, at some point, he was just like, it's just going to be RUS. And he just determined that for himself because it is a nickname.
Okay.
It essentially could be like, I could spell Jake however I want it.
Yeah.
Because all I'm doing is telling the teacher.
Sure.
They look down and say Jacob. And I say, no, it's Jake. JAKKEE.
Yeah.
All right. That's how he says.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. Russ, he just one S. It looks very strange, but he's like, I just made it up. And that's why it looks
It's
so
like-
weird.
That's how Hattie would spell Russ. Like it's like a third grader. Like phonetically, it's like RUS.
I don't know what's the second one even doing.
It's just a lot of fuss for that second S. So anyway, Jocelyn, I don't know what you're
Timon.
timing. All that to say, Chiefs are going back to Super Bowl. Maybe we do a little Super Bowl preview Wednesday episode, or this episode,
Or Patreon episode.
or Patreon, or we don't do it.
Wherever you listen to it, that's where you'll know what platform it's on. Once you're listening to it already. Yeah. Fun weekend though. Timon, what have you been up to? You did you pulled an all-nighter basically Friday.
Oh yeah, I didn't even write that down.
Yeah, tell me about this because just tell me about these other gigs you randomly pick up because they all sound brutal. I'm like, do we need to pay you more? Do we need to give you more work? Because you're like, yeah, I flew to San Diego. It was brutal. Editing that.
I don't know. I'll just walk you through the story of Friday night through Saturday morning, I guess. So and yeah, I think the reason I said yes to this, I think I said yes to this first thing and then said yes to you, not ever thinking about their relation to each other.
Okay.
I don't know if I regret it. I don't know. It was fine. But so I Friday night filmed a recap video for this creative conference type thing. And it was it was just probably 4 or 5 hours of filming this, just getting random shots. And then the guy wanted as fast as I can turnaround he wanted to post it the next day.
Little sizzle reel.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so naturally I chose probably the most complicated way to make the video and grabbed sound bites from the speakers and made it kind of more of a
wow.
storyline or
Yeah.
not a storyline, but just a cohesive thing, which I think made it a much better video, but just made it way more work for myself. So I stayed up till 4 a.m. ish doing that. Didn't end up falling asleep till probably 5 and then woke up around 6:30 and then went and
wow.
filmed the pickleball tournament. So
1.5 hours.
yeah. And
Wow.
then, so I had a monster with me then, and then got an hour nap, and then I was fine. I think sleep might be a scam.
Ooh,
I've been
hot
thinking about
take.
this. Because I was I was a little tired, but then I was I got 2.5 hours total with the nap, and the next night got, I don't know, 6, 7, and then I was fine.
You're 18, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the most 18-year-old thing. I think we've all gone through, I think sleep might be a scam phase of our life. I knew so many guys in college that were I think I'm going to sleep for 3 hours at a time and then just be up sporadically or 90 minutes, all these ways to biohack sleep.
yeah.
And they always come back to 8 hours
Yeah.
a night.
18 to 22, that age range of my life, I took a lot of years off my later life. But I just didn't sleep much for 4 years.
Yeah.
It's I'm still functioning.
You're fine.
I think when I say sleep is I think if I had gotten that more than once at all, I would have crashed hard. I
can
would
do
have
it once.
I would have had a problem. But if I can get one night that's bad, I think I'm fine. But yeah, I don't know. It was fun. I was happy with the final product of the edit, and then had a fun time at the tournament.
That's good.
How long was the tournament? All day?
8 till what was it 1?
Probably sent you home at 1 or so. Yeah.
something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't horrible.
Not
Good
terrible.
amount of time. And most of the time there, really just it was while we're doing pool play and stuff, I was Tommy, you can just set your camera down on a tripod And I told him, I was like, don't feel bad. Like, you can be on your phone. You don't need to like pay attention and act like you're working.
Yeah,
And
it was nothing like exhausting or difficult at all. So that was
You weren't doing
that
a
was
push
nice.
up for every point they did or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at one point he pulled out his laptop and he had headphones in and he was just like working on his computer. And I was like, you know what? Good for timing.
Yeah.
This guy's getting paid twice. He might be editing a Ghostrunners
Yeah.
episode right now. Good
Double
for him.
dipping.
And I was like, what are you working over there? He's like, I was just like making a song on GarageBand.
Engage in it.
Like,
Yeah.
Are you using the sounds in here? Or like, where did this audio come from? How'd that song turn out, by the way?
Didn't. I just, well, actually, no, I was like working on an idea I've had. It just made a little progress.
Can we hear
Okay.
it? Is it ready for consumption?
No. I'm
Ooh.
gonna say no. I mean, it's just like the concept has like vocals and stuff, but there's just nothing. It's just like a very bare bones like instrumental thing. So far.
Gotcha.
Fun. Is it an original song you just sang?
Yeah,
Fun.
Pretty fun.
it might turn into something. I don't know if it'll ever come to fruition, but
You mess with GarageBand a lot?
a decent amount. I mess with it a lot. I never make a lot of stuff that I'm happy with. But I think
Yes.
it's just like it's just good practice for
Yeah.
music. I don't know. It's a lot of fun.
That's another thing I think I've said plenty of times. Yeah, I've tried a lot and it just never turns out very
Yeah.
like I have too high of standards and it does not
Yeah.
sound
Yeah.
good on there.
It has to be something I would want to listen to,
Right.
which is I can't make.
Yeah.
So Saturday, pickleball tournament. I'm a full week into like working out and all this protein and everything.
Yeah.
And we can talk about it more later, but there's so many variables happening in my body right now. Just
Sure.
like I've just changed so many things that when I do feel some sort of side effect or some difference, it's like, well, who knows where that's coming from?
Yes.
That could be 6 different things that's making me feel this way. One of them that I have not adjusted to yet is I poop.
Yeah, you used to
I poop.
I mean, you didn't I know you've been pooping more than once a week recently, but like for
There
a
was
while
a time.
it was like
Not a lot of fiber in the diet.
right. It was like, all right, Sunday afternoon, here we go. Post church poop. Yeah.
Yeah, so I've been better for a few years now.
Right.
But this is something else, and I'm not used to this.
Okay.
So I think I had to leave my house at like 6:45 that morning. I get up, have my little morning ashwagandha, I'm hopping out of there.
Metamucil.
And yeah. And pretty much as soon as the tournament starts, little bubble gut hits. And I'm like, oh man.
Really?
Normally I see this coming. This isn't like a
Yeah.
feeling of like, maybe later today I'll find my way to a toilet. It's like, we're in the 9th inning. Where was the rest of the ball game? I
Sure.
got no heads up about this.
Yeah, we're just skipping right to the closer.
Yeah, I'm having dessert now.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, oh boy. Hopefully there's like some gaps in this tournament. It ended up being one of the most well-ran, most efficient tournaments I've ever seen. I mean, no time off, just back to back to back.
Wow.
And so I'm really trying to figure out like how I can make this work. Is there any time? Okay, maybe. So I'm having to play just like multiple games on a poop stomach.
And it's like not going away. Because
Yeah,
sometimes, it ebbs and flows.
You think maybe if there's adrenaline or sweat, sometimes certain things can go away.
Yeah, I feel like adrenaline really kills all that stuff for me.
Yeah, or even just like being distracted sometimes can make you not feel as sick or whatever. And no, it's just like the human body wants what it wants, and it wants excretion.
Yeah.
And so I was like, it's got to happen. I'm trying to plan it out. And so between pool play and like the bracket, I was like, I've just got to go and just try to make it work. And so we're playing in like this bubble, this indoor tennis facility. And so I've got to make a mad dash to like the actual like building, about 100 yards away. So I'm sprinting up there, open up the door, go to the bathroom. First thing I see is a pair of feet under the stall. I'm like, bummer. Go around. The only stall.
Whoa. In the
We're a
whole
one stall facility.
facility.
Go back to the front desk. Hey, do you guys have any other bathrooms? No, it's just the one. I was like, the whole facility, because it's like multiple. This is like a Genesis Health
Hold on.
Club.
Yeah,
and
this is a
tennis.
gym.
Yeah, it's huge.
How is that?
They don't have a locker
They
room?
don't have a locker room with like
Sure.
bathrooms?
I don't think it's. I think it's a Genesis Tennis Club. So I don't know if they actually have a
No
workout
way.
facility.
That's weird. That's crazy. Yeah.
But it felt like it should have a locker room. I was like,
sure.
You can't just have one stall. And he's like,
Well, I feel like building codes. Like my cousin, like his in-laws have a wedding venue, and they have to have like a bathroom that has like 3 stalls in it for each gender. Like
good point. There should be some rule or law. There probably is something.
they probably got grandfathered in 100 years ago, or I don't know, whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
because there's 3 different structures. Like 2 of them are bubbles.
oh, maybe that's part of it. I don't know.
But
It's
there's
like a detached thing, and so
it's
'cause,
not
like,
technically.
even like McLean's when they open up that second back
They
portion,
yeah.
they had to add a bathroom for building code. So I have 3 bathrooms in McLean's. I only have 1 bathroom in Genesis.
Yeah, so
Wild.
I mean, all the urinals you could ask for, but 1 stall. And so now I'm up against the clock. I'm up against my body.
You
and
go
this
urinal?
guy's in went sink. Women's restroom somewhat crossed my mind, but
Yep.
there's just too much traffic. I mean, I'm not going to
Yep.
be able to pull this off. And so I just have to like wait. I'm texting my team. So it was kind of a fun four. It was like a 4-man team tournament, but I'm just like, hey, just like
Yeah.
go without me.
Right.
I got business to take care of. And this guy does get done in about 5-10 minutes. Get in there. It stinks to high heaven.
5-10 minutes too long.
And
That's-
maybe
it's a
the
long
worst
time.
part is he's a pickleball player. He just got done playing. He's warm, sweaty. I'm warm, sweaty. Oh, just the heat. The heat in there. His former legs, that seat, my body. Oh,
Yep.
it's hot in there.
Yep.
It's steamy. Business gets taken care of. I start to take a little inventory. Not a lot of toilet paper. Now I'm having a rash in this toilet paper like it's World War II. I mean, this was a nightmare scenario.
So these people were very well prepared for the like scheduling, like logistics there.
Oh, the tournament director,
Just
all
thought,
over it.
Nobody that's active and like healthy is ever going to need to go to the bathroom. here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I blame Genesis. So yeah, I'm having a rash in that. At one point I was like, they did have those seat covers, and I did take a peek. Like, I can make that work.
Yeah, 100%.
Honestly, that's about the same qualities as toilet
Yeah,
paper.
yeah, yeah.
I won't even notice it.
That's when you're desperate, is when you're like, when you run out and you're like trying to yank off the last little bit that sticks to the roll. You know, you're like, gosh, I need that. I need that little thing.
And I need the roll while we're at it.
Yeah. And while we're at it, tear off that roll and make it flat. Oh man, that's a rough feeling. And it always happens when you're like, when you don't, look for it first because you're so desperately like, I got to get in there and go. quickly.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah,
Oh wow.
it's so. But all set, all done, and man, I feel like a new man afterwards.
Yeah,
It
of course.
felt great.
Yeah.
So I came scampering back. And
Here we go,
Felt
yeah.
good. And
Yeah.
but yeah, it's a thing. I mean, I poop in public all the time now. I just get caught. I'm just
Yeah.
not used to this.
Yeah.
I got so much fiber going on that I forgot where it was recently. Oh, at the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, their toilet paper not too bad.
Not too bad.
Yeah, not too bad.
I used to get so nervous in high school before football practice. So I always had to go to the bathroom before.
Even before practice.
Yes, I was so like we were like borderline verbally abused on our
Yeah.
football team, and so I was just always so scared.
Just on edge.
Yeah, dude, I was not a happy boy when I was
Yeah.
playing football. Like looking back, it was like those were so fun. That was great times. But like at the time, I was like, I am miserable. And so every time, like 6th, 7th hour, I had to like, hey, can I please go to the bathroom? And yeah, hustle on over there, get it done. So
I don't know if I ever pooped in my high school.
Yeah.
All 4 years.
Really?
Yeah.
wow.
Because it would have taken me the whole period.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, that's so embarrassing.
Yeah.
Also, they're going to think I'm like doing it on purpose. No, it's just my routine. I need the time.
Did it take you a long time even before you had a phone?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think you're at grandpa's house. You bust open the Reader's Digest.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm at my house. Got a little book, maybe.
Okay.
Can you speed poop if you want to? Like how do you think you could go fast?
Yeah, you probably went fast this time.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So there are times when, you're rocking a hard place, but
Is
which
that what
also
you
brings
call-
me to my next
Yeah.
point. Yeah, it kind of depends what we see, what we get out. Is
Yeah.
it more of a rock? Is it more of a stone? Is it more of a salamander?
Is it a rock or is it a stone?
Yeah, I don't know.
Salamander.
It kind of depends there, but no, I'm not good under pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This just in. We're going to go out to a reporter in the field, Burn Ellis. What's going on, Burn?
Yeah, thank you, Jake. Yeah, breaking news from Good Ranchers. Did you know that 85% of the grass-fed beef in stores is imported? Yes.
What? And, you're cutting out a bit. Did I hear you correctly? 85% of the grass-fed beef is imported. More tonight at 6.
Yes, that's exactly what I said. Yeah, it's because the country of origin labeling law, Jake, was repealed in 2015. So now meat can be packaged here in the U.S. and earn a product of USA label, even if it was born, raised, and harvested overseas. The truth is, much of the meat on the grocery stores shelves is filled with things you don't want. Antibiotics, hormones, questionable origins, even harmful seed oils. But Jake, breaking news, at goodranchers.com, transparency isn't just a buzzword, it's a promise.
Thanks, Burn. And do you want to let our viewers at home know of the special offer that Good Ranchers has for them today? Thanks, Burn.
Absolutely, yes. So right now, if you use our promo code GRKC, GR Kansas City KC, you will get $25 off your box, your subscription box, plus a free add-on for a year. Jake, that's salmon, that's chicken, that's ground beef in every single box, free for a year at GoodRanchers.com. It's American meat delivered, and this is Bern Ellis, Channel 9 News.
Thank you, Bern. You heard the offer. GoodRanchers.com. Promo code is GRKC. Next. 19 children were stabbed. You just cut it off to her.
Yikes!
Speaking of that, and not getting under pressure, no one loses at game point like me and Isaac. We might not have the clutch gene, as
Maybe
it turns
not.
out. Yeah,
Really?
no one comes in second like me and Isaac. No one loses the game after being at game point early like me and Isaac. So,
Like how bad was it?
on par with it. You know, I think when we flew all the way out to Vegas for a tournament and we're up 10-5-1 with the serve, end up blowing that one. Similar.
Okay.
Similar. This was like, it's
Playing
rally
to 11.
that was to 11. This is rally scoring and you played to 21. The way the rules work somewhat screws you over, but basically we were up 20-14. We only need one more point. But once you get to 20, now you have to win on your serve. So the other team kind of has free reign. Like they have nothing to lose.
Okay.
So they kind of get to tee off on you once you get to 20.
You have to win on your serve.
So if it's 0-0,
Yeah.
and you serve to me, but you serve it into the net, I get a point.
Sure.
It's like every mistake is a point until one team gets to game point.
Yes.
And then only one team can score. So we were serving 20-14. We don't win that point. All right, now they have 15.
Yeah.
All right, now we get to serve back. 2015. All right, we don't get that point. Now it's 2016. You know, so like it kind of allows for closer games.
That's how I played ping pong back in the day? Or it was like you can't lose on a serve. Like
that was like actually serving. Like let them rip on the serve,
dude. And so it was like, yeah, you barely skim it.
Yeah.
Dang it.
This was like you can't even win at any of the point when
Right.
you're serving.
Right.
So yeah, we lost a couple of those, but it's all good. Still had fun. It was a good
So
time.
you came in second place?
I think we came in third. We won the third place game.
Okay.
Of course, the team that did win it all beat them earlier in the day. So yeah, we can collapse like anybody can collapse. It's pretty impressive.
It is interesting. Like, yeah, like maybe there is a mental, I mean, I feel like there's a mental block with me with stuff like that
It
sometimes.
could be a people pleaser thing. You know, you take
Yeah.
your foot off the gas, or maybe we just don't take this as seriously as other people do.
Yeah, having too much fun, trying to bring too much levity to it. It's like, no, just be serious here.
Yeah.
For one more point.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, I'd rather not know what we're going to. Like, just keep me in the dark. I'm just going to play and don't tell me. If I could somehow not know the score,
Maybe that's the strategy.
can I borrow your like woodworking, like really noise canceling
Yes.
headphones?
Yes,
And
you
I'm just
may.
locked in.
Yes, you may. Yeah. I'll get you some. Bo and Hattie, Bo and Rosie specifically are coming down to the basement all the time while I'm working, and they always bring headphones with them, like thinking that they're like woodworking, like headphones, so that's not loud and stuff. It's so
Hattie
cute.
doesn't come down there.
Not too much.
Yeah.
Not too much. She's no, I mean, I think Catherine's like sending them down, while
Okay.
Hattie's trying to do school and stuff.
I
like
gotcha.
That. So, yeah, Bo especially loves. I've started saying, you know me, I'm always trying to market things or like, label things as like fun, whatever. And so right now I'm like, my question to Bo a lot is, Bo, you want to do something dangerous? That's what I ask him. And then I'll like take out my like pocket knife and I'll have him cut some like, there's like plastic wrapped, pieces of wood or something, like a bundle of like 10 of them. I was like, I want you to cut all these, but be careful because this knife is, very sharp, all this stuff.
Does he take it serious? Is he like,
Yeah, he does. And then he'll come back, 2 hours later, Dad, can we do something dangerous? and so then I'm like trying to think of like, yeah, what else can we do?
jump off the roof?
Yeah, it's like what's the boundary of like dangerous, but like also like, let's not try to make him do the stuff without me.
Yeah.
We were working on electrical stuff. I actually learned this from, I'm very scared of electrical stuff. But my friend Justin, Justin Jordan,
Yep.
South Dakota Justin, there was one time, like our breaker box is kind of like tucked back in our garage where we have all this storage stuff from our basement right now. So it's pretty hard to get to. Catherine can get to it just fine. Big Daddy, a little bit tougher.
Okay.
And so Justin's like, oh, can we turn off this breaker for these light switches? And I was like, yeah. He's like, what? It's like, oh, it's just kind of a hard thing to get to. He's like, that's okay. I'll just trip it real quick. And so he just takes some like live wire and just like puts them together and sparks and then just turns off the breaker. And so
That's
Bo,
a man's way
so
of doing it.
there was one time where Bo was like, "Can we do something dangerous?" I was like, "Yep, you stand right here. We're gonna trip this breaker real quick."
So you did it with Bo?
And so I was like, and he's like standing a safe distance away, but there's like sparks that fly or whatever.
So he wasn't holding on to it. You were like, all right,
absolutely not.
he's like nearby.
No, yeah.
Did he like it?
Oh, he thought it was awesome. Yeah. Can we do something dangerous?
How is the basement coming along? You got a deadline now that the Chiefs made it to the Super Bowl.
Deadlines are what a life hack deadlines are. I mean, because like there's been so many ebbs and flows in this whole process. And so often I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to do what I can today. And that's good enough. And I'm just going to keep, chopping wood. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Now it's like, how do you eat an elephant by the Super Bowl? You take a bigger piece, Like last night, talking about time and like not getting much sleep. I think I went to bed at 1 probably.
Wow.
So like, staying up later, working on it. Because not only we're trying to get ready for the Super Bowl, but Saturday before the Super Bowl, Henry is getting like dedicated to our church.
Cool.
We're doing like a dedication thing for him. And Catherine's parents are going to come in town for that on Wednesday, AKA like 6 days from now.
So your deadline got bumped up a lot.
Correct. And for the record, like Catherine like asked me about this. I was all about it. Like I wasn't like, Catherine, that's crazy. No.
Wednesday.
In my head, I was like, we'll make it work. Even if they have to sleep in our bed and we'll sleep on an air mattress.
Okay, so they are going to stay with you starting
for
Wednesday.
sure staying with us. And, if anything, we're like, maybe they can watch the kids while Catherine helps me some, whatever. But it's just a lot of like processed dominoes. Like I want to spray the walls because it's panel. And so like paneling. And so there's like all these little ridges in the walls. Way easier to spray it than roll something in those little ridges. So I want to spray the walls, but I also want to put new flooring down. But I'm not going to put new flooring down and then spray the walls because then the spray gets on the floors. And so it's like, okay, I got to spray the walls first. But before I do that, I got to do this. And then,
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm from here. I will go home right now and just like do more work on it until
to basement
until I die, basically. But hopefully, I mean, it's going to be ready for the Super Bowl. It's not going to be done, but it's going to be like habitable.
Habitable.
Yeah. So, there's going to be lots of little 95% kind of things not done.
Okay.
Like, that needs a door on it still. Like,
Okay.
that needs caulked and like fill in the nail holes there, whatever, stuff like that. But
we can go there. We can watch a game.
surely, right?
Yeah.
Also, like, two of the guys helped. So my friends Justin and Jordan, my friend Justin Jordan and Jordan Algie.
Yep.
It was so confusing, Justin Jordan and then Jordan. I was like, so Jordan, Justin, whatever. They came and helped me yesterday. Both so willing to help, both so wonderful, but they're both like due with baby, like their wives are due with babies any day now. And so Jordan's like, hey man, I can come back on Friday to help you with flooring stuff. I was like, that would be awesome. He's like, yeah, unless we have a kid before then. And I'm like, jeez, please tell your wife to just keep it in a little bit longer, please.
Don't have it.
Just suck it in a little, like for Brad's sake, for the Super Bowl. So anyway, but it's coming along. It's a lot, but it's also like, the ceiling is done and it looks good, and that's a big win. And so one thing at a time.
Got the ceiling.
Got the ceiling.
That's fun.
Doing dangerous things with Bo.
Catherine was over a couple nights ago. She was mahjong with the girls, and I got in on a game. We were talking. She said she's doing a lot of science right now with Hattie. Hattie's really into rocks.
Oh yeah,
and Catherine was like, "Oh geez, I got to figure out my lesson for tomorrow," because I think Catherine like geeks out at like history and stuff like that. Like she can go on and on for that, but I think science, she's really got to gear up for science.
Yeah.
So, but it was fun, just like learning what Hattie is learning, and like I guess Catherine's teaching her hand signals for the types of rock.
Yes,
I didn't learn this.
Okay,
Timon, you have hand signals. What are the 3 types of rock? See what you learned.
Sedimentary.
Okay.
I'm not even sure what past that.
Okay.
You want me to give you 1 letter or 2 letters of the next one?
Try giving me 1.
I.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
G.
It's
IG.
Wait.
He's being ignorant.
It's gonna be obvious when I hear it, but I don't know.
IGN. E.
Wait.
O.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know it then.
Igneous.
Oh, igneous. Okay, it's familiar, but yeah, that's been a long time since I've heard of that.
All right, number 3. I think M.
M.
Nope.
Zuckerberg fan? E.
I don't know, man.
T.
Mediterranean.
Mediterranean rock. Yes.
That all flows out of the Sea of Mediterranean.
Yep. Tigris.
Metamorphic.
Okay. Man, yeah, that left my mind.
Maybe Timon would have learned it had Catherine taught him hand signals.
Probably so.
Dude, so much of Hattie's learning is like songs as well. And it's amazing how much easier it is for her to remember stuff with like when it goes to a tune.
That's probably the beauty of homeschooling. You figure out how someone learns and then
Yeah.
you just pound it in.
Yep. I haven't been around for too much. I mean, I've seen that maybe one time, like her do like the signals or whatever that is.
Yes.
But it's just been so inundated with other things right now.
Yeah.
So
You got your own rock.
yeah, it is kind of hard. Like they'll be like, Dad, we love doing what do they call it? Sleep
Sleeping
monster. Sneak attack, where I essentially like just like rest on the bed for a while and then they like sneak up on me and wake me up and then we wrestle. Can we play sneak attack? Can we do this? Can we play tickle monster? Can we play math monster? Whatever, all these different things. And I've been having to tell them no so many times. It's like, is this basement worth it if I don't like have time with my kids? You know, like it's like a really tough, like I need to be responsible and say no to this, even though I want to be with them. So it's tough.
How's the how's shredding going for everyone?
I don't know. You friggin' tell me. I don't know. Let's see. How has it been going? I mean, another thing. I have been spending time with my kids. Bo and I have been doing some shredding together. we're back on the shred train
By
together.
the breaker box.
You want to get dangerous? Yeah, we got 2 guns right here waiting for us, Bo. We mainly curls. He likes curls and he likes farmer's walks. He loves doing like just holding them and just walking around the house. He's like, so Dad, we can do farmer's walks from the couch to the chair and then from the chair back to the couch. I'm like, awesome. He's got these 3-pound weights that Catherine uses every once in a while.
Okay.
And we'll be doing curls. And that 3-pound weight is like perfect for how strong he is.
That's what he needs.
Like it's truly hard for him. We'll do 10 of them, so we're doing, and eventually he's like 1, 2, and then you can tell he's getting hard. He's like 3, 4, and he's not moving it at all. And I'm like, put him down. You got to put him down here. And then he like swings him back up. I mean, it's awesome. Like, but it's like watching him do something hard. I'm like, yeah, there you go, Bo. Good job, man. So I haven't been getting to the gym a ton, but I have been trying to do something every day, trying to lift something. And then doing this. Yeah. Have you heard of the term NEAT? I think it's time to look it up. NEAT exercise or something like that. Non-exercise activity or something like that.
Okay.
Basically like, you might not work out, but you I don't know what's a really like you do construction for a living.
Cleaned out the garage.
Sure. Yes. Yeah. You might have to walk, 5 miles because you went to Disney World today or whatever.
Okay.
Like that's neat. That's not, whatever. So I feel like I've been doing a lot of neat exercise in the basement.
Yeah, it says non-exercise activity thermogenesis. The energy
Thermogenesis.
expenditure that occurs during just everyday activities.
Okay.
Such as walking, standing, fidgeting, doing housework, taking the stairs, and playing with kids.
Go.
They're throwing fidgeting in there.
Fidgeting is wild.
Maybe just like bouncing of the leg. That could be burning a couple cows, I feel like.
Yeah, you better. If you're counting that, I better see you fidget. Yeah.
I'm just a fidgeter, man. Yeah. How'd you lose weight? Oh, just got a little more anxious.
Yeah, I'm kneading right now.
Yeah. Fidgeting is wild. Yeah, like parking farther away because it's a full parking lot.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Standing
Neat.
desk.
Yeah. Thermogenesis. That's what Jake felt, going in after that guy hot at the
Yeah,
chair.
yeah, that was my thermogenesis moment.
Anyway, so yeah, what about you?
Great. It's. I was telling Time before we started recording. I don't know if I've ever received more like feedback and encouragement and just like
Yeah.
general just knowledge from ghosties about anything more than I have about fitness.
People are into it.
But it's great because I don't know hardly anything about any of this stuff, so I welcome all of it. Now you do get people saying things that disagree with each other, though.
Yeah.
So then you got to go figure out, well, what's true. So I wrote out the word of the week is exhaustion.
Okay.
For 2 reasons. One, I've started like trying to make my workouts a little harder because for the first week I was like, I'm probably not as sore as I should have been. Maybe I need to like go a little harder when I'm like working out.
Right. Your win of the week was like, I don't sweat anymore. It's like,
Yeah. And this week, I sweat every time I work out. So, the app I use, I was doing like 1 hour workouts, but I was getting them done in like 45 minutes. So now I switch it to like an hour and a half workouts. I'm getting done in like an hour.
Okay.
So doing like 12 exercises or so every time I go work out.
Awesome. That's a lot.
Yeah, so it is quite a bit. I try to like really crank them out and make it a little bit more of a workout. But more so, exhaustion comes from just the back end and the nutrition and just this whole thing's an equation, and that's what I like about it. But everyone has a different view of what the equation should be, and I've borderline just driven myself crazy this week trying to figure out like exactly, because I think I'm doing all the right stuff. Like, well, I'm kind of allergic to whey protein, so I'll just do pea protein.
Yeah,
and then one thing leads to another, and then you read, oh, well, not all plant-based proteins are made the same. Even as protein, you got to make sure it's the right amino acids.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm digging into this.
Where's it sourced from? Where's
okay,
this?
yeah, how many ingredients does it have? And so then I get suckered into, I bought some protein powder that's got 3 ingredients. One of them's chalk, I'm pretty sure. This thing tasted, I'd rather time it throw up in my mouth.
It's chalk, dust, and a hint of like an aroma of cacao.
Yes. Yeah.
Like a cacao farmer's like cologne, like excess or something.
It was made in the same city where they also make dark chocolate.
Yes.
So like you're going to get just a hint.
Just a little bit of air like from that. Just
how they make
wafted
LaCroix.
there.
So I was like, this is brutal. Forget this. So it's just a lot of just like overcompensating one way or the other, where I think I got to be so organic, so healthy. And I'm like, what am I doing? And so at one point, just a couple nights ago, I was laying in bed with Rachel and I said, you know what? I'm driving myself crazy. Here's what I'm going to do. And here's what I can easily commit to. I'm going to eat fruits and vegetables every day. I'm going to eat my like weight in protein in grams every day. And I'm going to work out.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do every day. And I'm not going to like eat unhealthy as well. Like that's all I'm going to eat is chicken, fruit, and vegetables and protein. And Rachel was like, wow, I can never remember these like funny things Rachel said. She was like, you are turning into a perfect husband or whatever I said. It's like, all I'm going to eat is fruits, vegetables, and be healthy. She's like, this is great. But so just getting so confused at times. Cause then, you burn a bunch of calories by playing pickleball, working out, doing all these things. So then your macros go up because you have to eat more. Well, now it's saying I need to eat 300 grams of protein. I'm like, well, I don't think that's what I should do. So it's so much to figure out. I'm like, forget it.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't read it in a week because I've been busy, but Atomic Habits, that's like their whole thing is like in order to gain habits, you don't have to be like, in order for somebody to win an election, they don't have to win 100% of the vote. They have to win the popular, like more votes than, well, maybe I shouldn't say the popular vote. That's not always. They have to win more than they lose, essentially. Like, in other words, like, as long as you're winning every day and you're making strides, that's the win. Like, and just trust the process. Good enough. And then if it's like, 3 months down the line, there's been no change, maybe the process needs to be changed. But it's like, well, you're not going to see results unless you're timing right away.
Yeah.
And so, it's just like, just do something, win the day. Yeah. And then hopefully like enough days that you win, lose every once in a while. Like, dang, I should have eaten more protein today, but I didn't or whatever. Yeah. Cause it is exhausting. Cause it's like, well, I'm trying to get stronger and get bulkier. And so, you probably need more calories than somebody who's trying to lose weight. But
people are very back and forth. People give me all sorts of advice on the calorie deficit thing.
Right.
Like if you're trying to like build muscle, get shredded, you don't need to be too much. You don't need to be in a calorie deficit.
Right.
But then other people are like, well, you do need to at least lose some weight to get lean.
Yeah.
So I'm just doing what I can do. I'm just got chicken, fruits, vegetables, and that's it. How can that be bad? If the carbs and the fats are a little off someday.
Yes. Yeah. I've heard the idea of like one ingredient food is always good. Like, in other words, like, if you're having blueberries are healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, there's arguments of like, well, are they organic? Are they this? Are they
pesticides?
That? It's like an unorganic blueberry is better than like, this thing that has 25 ingredients in it, no matter what. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, if you're eating a lot of chicken, like whole chicken, good for you. Like, you might have, well, what about the microplastics on that chicken? Blah, blah, blah. It's like, I understand. Like, there's not perfection, but our bodies are super resilient too. Like, think about what you've eaten so far in your life and how your body's been just fine.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Really, though. Like, truly. And so it's like, it's not like we have to be perfect. We just have to try to win.
Yeah.
Try to do something. So
yeah.
It is
I'm feeling
exhausting,
good, though, where I'm at. I'm on a good routine. It feels easy. and I like it. Woke up early this morning, got a little pup in before the podcast.
That a boy?
And,
Are you trying to always do it in the morning, like first thing? Eat the frog?
Funny you bring that up.
Yeah.
Trying to. Had the old boys at MVP Heating and Cooling come by this week.
Yep.
Just figured this house is 200 years old.
Yeah.
Let's get the furnace checked out. We keep it pretty warm in here. We're working our hard.
Yep.
Just do like a yearly checkup. And anyway, they were like supposed to come between noon and 4. He calls me at like 8 a.m. He's like, I can come by right now, which is like really cool. But also, that's kind of when I was planning on working out, and then I could work the whole time you're here later. And so then he doesn't arrive when he says he's going to. And then when he does get here, there's like problems. So he's like, I got to go to the store, get this thing. I'll be back. So 2 days in a row, got a new humidifier yesterday. Turns out my humidifier was just growing mold. Had it all over it and had it on like the vents in the basement. So $1,800 and it's gone.
Hey man, that's exciting. But like you can look at that thing every single, like you're going to think about it all the time.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's just like, this is so fun to have this.
When people come over to my house, like, let me show you the humidifier.
Have you guys, it's crown molding, but have you seen the humidifier?
Have you seen my humidifier in my unfinished basement? Come on down.
Yeah, it's original hardwoods, but how much moisture do you think is in this air? Just guess. Yeah.
35.
Yeah.
It's what they recommend for the winter.
I know. Yeah. So we can, no, it's right downstairs. We can just go on down.
So I've been trying to be in a routine where I start my day with it, but they had to come 2 days in a row to like fix stuff. So
that's one thing I need to be better at is just doing it at a certain time. Like this is our time to do this. Like I was pretty good for a while walking like first thing in the morning. Like, and it's such a good thing to like win your day right off the bat. Like just like I did it. I got that thing done. I ate the frog.
The days I ran the mile in the morning, I felt like a king.
Yes.
It was awesome.
But why? I mean, it sounds like you're pretty good at it, but like why for me is it like, hey, this thing is really, really good and you feel really good after you do it. And it's like, yeah, tomorrow I'm not going to do that. You know? Like, I mean, whatever.
Well, I don't want that tomorrow.
Fill in the blank. Like reading your Bible, like having a quiet time in the morning. It's like getting up early. It's like, oh, I feel so good when I do that. And then you wake up the next morning, you're like, I'm just going to sleep in. You know? Like, what is that?
I don't know.
There's something to be said about just like, I'm not going to nail it right now on the spot, but something about like this like fleeting sense of like accomplishment that's like, I can do that quick. I can accomplish that quicker than it would take me to go to the gym and work out in an hour. Like, or I could respond to this text right now, or I could get a head start on this right now. I could get going on this right now. And like those become more appealing than the thing that's going to take longer or going to take a drive to do it.
Or just inconvenience in general. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like sometimes, whatever, this basement thing, I keep coming back to it. But like, I'll be like working on something. I'll be 80% done with it. And then I'll like get distracted by this thing in the corner. I'll be like, I'm going to go work on that thing in the corner for a little bit. It's like, what do you, and then I find myself like over there. I'm like, what are you doing? Go back to the thing you don't want to do and get it done.
That classic meme where the guy is walking down the street with a girl, but he's looking at the girl behind him. That's like me with a project 90% done, and then the girl in the foreground, like some new project that's way harder. What's going on over here?
Okay, yeah. Because it's fun to get started on something.
Yeah.
You know? But it's never, it's like last night, I was sanding something. I was sanding all this like nail filler off of my ceiling. So it was like, I looked like a silver fox, but I looked like George Clooney. Like had stuff all over me. And it was like, this is kind of miserable. I wonder if I could do this a better way. And so then I went to the shop and like spent like 30 minutes trying to find better sandpaper. And I'm like, you could be done by now if you just sucked it up.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in my own head sometimes with that stuff, but
I do that too.
Anyway. C.
World. Oh.
C-O.
Correctional officer. Okay, I don't understand the game. My bad.
Not a game, Jake. Just doing an ad read, buddy. C-O-Z-Y. Why would you?
I'm not going to say anything.
Because it's that good.
Is this a slam poem or are you spelling something? C-O-Z-Y, would you?
I'll start again. C. C-O. C-O-Z. Why? Why would you? It's cozy. That's why. It's because it's comfortable. Starts with a C. It's because it's affordable. Starts with an O. It's because it makes you look zoppity. Starts with a Z. Why would you? Because it's 40% off right now with our promo code GRKC at cozyearth.com.
Yeah.
/Ghostrunners.
Look at that Y in cozy and say sure to getting Cozy Earth.
Yeah.
I think this might be 3 Cozy Earth ad reads in a row where I'm unintentionally wearing Cozy Earth on the days that they sponsor us. So at this point, guys, it can't keep being a coincidence, but it is. That's just how often I'm wearing this stuff.
I'm sleeping in Cozy Earth every single night.
Yeah.
In one way or another, whether it's sheets or pants or shirt.
There's socks everywhere.
I don't have any socks. Cozy Earth. Wouldn't hate them. I don't have any socks. I'll be honest. I have never put socks of Cozy Earth on my feet, but my wife does, and she loves them.
Yes, Rachel loves the socks.
Yes. I don't want to do it. I don't want to be the kind of person that does a lying ad read and says they're not comfortable or they're comfortable when I don't know.
We don't know.
I touched them. Never on my feet though.
You don't sleep in them.
Nope. But if you go to cozyearth.com/Ghostrunners and use our promo code GRKC, you get 40% off. That's crazy. 40% off.
Yeah, that's site-wide, guys.
That's so fun. I think that's so fun to just put in a code and just watch that price go down.
Yeah, which kind of encourages me and I encourage you guys to really bulk up. Get a couple things. If it's going to be 40% off, let's see how big we can get that discount number down to.
Absolutely.
Like, wow, I saved $200.
Yeah, brag about that 40% off, how much you're saving with cozyearth.com/Ghostrunners. They have everything. They got bedding. They got stuff for clothing for men, women. They got bath items, towels. They even have skincare things. They have things for kids. They have stuff for your home. Whatever you might want, Cozy Earth has it, and it's high quality. It's the best. So check them out.
Girls love it to like be excited, like, oh my gosh, when like they get a compliment. Oh yes, Target, $7.
Yeah.
They love sharing how little something costs. That could be you with Cozy Earth.
Oh, yeah,
Holy
Earth,
cow.
40% off.
What is this blanket? Oh, it's Cozy Earth. I got it 40% off with this podcast. That could be you.
It's Ghostrunners podcast, by the way. Yeah, it's a great podcast. So.
Ours. We're talking about our own here.
So see you at cozyearth.com.
Timon, so I'm sure you've received some feedback from Ghosties. You were kind of opposite of shred. You were trying to bulk. You're trying to become a man.
Yeah, trying to get big.
Yeah.
I haven't got like that much, but like a couple people have like given some advice. But yeah, I don't have much to report. Current state is like I had a bit of a lull in like the consistent everyday like at home stuff over the weekend, but then now I'm like back and like way harder, and now I have like a gym membership.
Hey,
and
look out.
And
was Zach?
No.
Okay.
I think Jesse's gonna get one too.
Okay.
Because I need like somebody.
Yeah.
I want somebody there with me.
Yeah.
And so
How far away is the Planet Fitness from your house?
18 minutes.
Ooh, PF.
All right, that's not too bad. Mine's
Yeah.
like 16 minutes away. How far is Lenexa?
12, 15, depending on
Dang,
time.
that's nice. They haven't emailed me back.
Sheesh. Go on in there, man.
Yeah.
Talk to Shay.
Okay,
Shay's great.
I will. What's he in charge of?
Jake, please. Women can be in charge of things at gyms too. Women can lift weights too, Jake. Okay? Women can get shreddy too, okay? She's one of the managers
I'm
there.
still gonna have a tough time not. Hey, nice to meet you, sir. She's got a ponytail.
Shay, like, is it short for Shason? I don't know. That's great time.
Yeah, but I'm starting to like really track just like my calories and stuff on like the FitnessPal app and just like
Your Fitness Pal?
eat my FitnessPal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Our.
together
Collectively.
it is
We
ours.
are our Fitness Pals.
But yeah, pretty simple. But just like trying to
Yeah.
get protein, calories, and work out.
You said you're a breakfast boy all of a sudden.
Yeah, I'm realizing it's easy to get a good breakfast. I would always just like leave wherever I need to go, and then just be like, I didn't get breakfast. I'll just like pick up some little thing at like Quick Trip or something. But it's like I can just make 3 fried eggs, put them on some buttered toast, and it's delicious, and then drink some milk, and then it's like 800 calories, and
Dude,
like protein.
yeah.
Like it's great.
It's a great start.
Yeah.
I know, Jake. But eggs are so good.
I got to
dude.
figure out eggs.
Eggs are awesome, dude.
I got to learn to love them. I got to come around on them.
Yeah.
Eggs are good.
That's sweet, dude.
Yeah.
Good for you. Okay, I have something to talk about that you've already seen the spoiler alert from,
It did get spoiled a little bit.
but just all time one of my highlights from 5 years of living, probably the last 5 years. So my dad has season tickets to Kansas basketball. Have not been to a game. I have not been to a game all year with him. Just trying to find the right times, whatever. It's just a little bit of a commitment to go to these games for me and my family and everything. So was really excited. KU was playing Houston. Houston's #1 in the Big 12 conference, all these different things. My dad and I go, and as we're leaving, I get a text from Ghosty. Olivia is her name. Olivia, I don't know if I've mentioned her on the podcast before, but she works for KU. She's KU athletic trainer. for the cheer team and the dance team and the softball team.
Yeah, we love Olivia. She's
Wonderful. She's awesome. She came to Branson. She's come plenty of times, different things. She's awesome. So she texts randomly, like truly hadn't texted her all season. She's like, any chance you're going to be at the KU game tonight? I was like, I am coming to the KU game tonight. Yes. She's like, well, would you want a parking pass and an upgraded ticket? And I was like, what do you think? Yes, of course. And in my head, I'm like, how does she know it's an upgraded ticket? This must be a really good seat, whatever.
Just automatically better than whatever you were paying for.
Yeah, really? Okay, cool. And she kind of said something like, so then we're like, dude, we're getting these new, like, of course, my dad, if you think I love like upgrades and free things and stuff, I get it from my dad. Like that's who my dad is like known for, just like, hey, if you ever need somebody to invite, I'd love to come with, like all these different things. So my dad's pumped. We're like, okay, who can we gift our tickets to? Whatever. We're trying to find people. And then Olivia's like, actually, you're still going to need your tickets to get in.
Hey.
So we're like, oh, sorry, never mind, Dan. Like we can't give them to you. Anyway. So we get in there and she's like, I'm just going to meet you and then I'll escort you to the seats. And I was like, okay, cool. So we meet on the court, like literally on the court. And she's like, yeah, our seats are this way. So she starts walking and we start walking through
you just walk right onto the court. That's the first thing you do when you get there. Just walk on the court to meet Olivia.
Oh, well, yeah. If you know my dad, not the first thing because my dad loves to
take a lap.
Oh, yeah. We get there an hour early, and the game's at 5:30 and my dad's like, I think we could go to, dinner, I guess, before. I don't know what this meal was. Like, so he's like, do you think 3 o'clock's early enough?
Oh my God.
Like, Dad, like 3 o'clock is fine. Like, it's like, you think we should do 2:30? I was like, no, at 3, we have plenty of time. Anyway, so yeah, we get there, we're walking around, admiring all the trophies. Always take a picture next to the national champion every single time. National championship trophy, stand next to it. It's terrible lighting. It's never a good picture, but every single time. So we meet Olivia, say hi to her. And then we start walking. Security guard's like, whoa. And she's like, don't worry, they're with me. And I was like, oh, that feels cool.
Yeah.
Always a fun time. So we're like right there on the court. Guys are warming up. And then she starts walking us, through the student section. We're like, whoa, okay, cool. And then all of a sudden she's like, okay, here we are. And literally we are in the student section. We are literally like, KU has two, like behind both baskets, they have student sections. We are behind one of the baskets. Here's this, like the main like student section up and down right here. And then there's like a little like arm to it over here. We are like at the diagonal part of the arm, like 5 rows up from the court.
It's like pretty low.
Literally right behind us are students. Like the row behind us is students. And then she has 2 rows here for the spirit squad is like her. And so she's like, yeah, a lot of the coaches, cheer coaches, dance coaches, whatever, weren't able to come to this game. And so we had to, we were like looking for people to fill the seats.
Great.
We figured you guys would want to sit here. And at first my dad and I were like, this is kind of wild. Like, it's kind of weird. Like we're in the student section.
Yeah.
And then of course, by the end of it, it's like, this is awesome. This is wild. We are right here in the middle of everything. It's amazing how much more you can see of the game, like just being a little bit closer. Like you never think you have a bad seat, but then you're like, wow, I've never seen the way he like interacts or like, look at him. He's laughing, joking around about this. So anyway, it's a great game, like truly like just an electric game. Oh, and beforehand, earlier that day, I met a ghostie at McLean's, Ian and Emily.
Okay.
They're just in town, literally from North Carolina, to go to the KU basketball game. He's like, I'm a huge college basketball fan.
Yeah, they weren't playing a North Carolina team there, right?
No, he's just like, Allen Fieldhouse is like one of the best sports venues I've never been. I wanted to go.
What are the odds?
And so in my head the whole time, I'm like, this is a great game. Ian is loving it. Like, I'm so proud of like this place for Ian to see like it rocking like this. It's like truly an amazing game. We go into double overtime, lose the game.
No
like
way.
Wild game. I heard it was like some stat that was like, it was the least likely victory for like a team in the last 15 years of college basketball or something like that. Doesn't matter because
Ian got his money's worth.
It was absolutely crazy, bonkers game. But the highlight of the night and the thing that you've seen is, so every single basketball game that's televised has what's called a TV timeout after every 4 minutes of the game. And so traditionally, the very last 4-minute timeout, KU always does this one song called The Hum, which is like, it's from like Wolf of Wall Street, like,
Scott's constantly doing it on the pickleball court.
Dude, it is like Scott's like dream song. Like, I mean, it's a wonderful, awesome song. And my dad loves the hum. Loves it every single time. He's like always clapping along with it, getting into it. And every time they do the hum, they also bring out these massive like tarp flags and like throw them over the entire student section on both sides. So one of them has a big KU, one of them has a big Jayhawk, whatever. And so we're in the student section essentially. And here comes the flag. And I was like, Dad, here's your song. Here's your song. And I'm like, Dad, you should go over there and get under the flag and get into it with the student section. And so he like looks a couple times, back and forth out of like frantic, like looking, and then he's just like, take my phone and film me. And I was like, all right. And so I'm filming him, and there's my dad just like holding the flag, ba 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 ba, ba 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 ba, and then like, I mean, yeah, the beat drops on it. Oh man, just going absolutely nuts to this thing. While he's like getting into position on the flag, I am like so excited as his son, like filming him do this. And these student section people, like the students behind me, I'm such a friggin' like boomer energy. Like I'm like filming my dad, like so excited. And they're like, it's not recording. Oh. It's not recording. Press record.
Oh, that's so embarrassing.
And so, yes, 100%. I'm like, gosh.
I'm only 34.
I know. I'm sorry. And so I got most of the video. Like it was an absolutely epic video, sent it to all my family. And I was just like, that was so awesome. Like my dad just jumping up and down, like looking at me every once in a while, smiling, like just what a highlight. Anyway, KU ends up losing this game in a heartbreaking fashion. And so what do you do when your team loses is you go to Twitter and you commiserate like later on that night.
Blame the refs.
Yeah, 100%. No, it was definitely not the refs' fault. It was just like, what a bummer. I'm on Twitter, and I'm never on Twitter anymore, like whatever. But there's like, I even went to like my following page because there's like a following and a for you. Went to my following page to specifically see all these KU guys I follow, and I'm just scrolling through, dude. And one guy that I follow had reposted this tweet, and it was like, look at this man who decided to, who decided to like get himself in on the tradition of the flag chant or whatever it was. And I click on it, and there it is from far away. My dad. I was like, no way. Like, that's not my video. It's like some random like fan's video seeing my dad get in there. I got to pull this out and film this thing. And then, I mean, so it's just like, I can't believe this. It's got 40,000 views now, which is like kind of like the Steve Coop thing where it's just like, I can't believe that many people have seen a video of me.
Yeah.
Send that to my dad. And then I look at the comments. This is just one more little thing for you and I that's fun. But like it's got like 5 responses. One of them is Leanne Cleaver saying, I love this so much. Leanne Cleaver is like a mom of a K-Life family.
Did she know it was you and your dad?
Had no idea. Just a KU fan seeing this thing.
Leanne Cleaver.
I'm like, what? Love this. And I'm like, no way. So I text Logan Cleaver like, dude, your mom. Yeah, this is my dad and your mom. Whatever. Just an absolutely like, one of my favorite sports memories, even though we lost the game, I was like, that was so awesome. Like, that is my dad to a T. Like, I get a lot of my humor is definitely from my mom. My quick-wittedness, like, she is so funny. I get so much of my personality from my mom. But, like, as far as, like, being very comfortable in front of people and, like, wanting to, like, be the spotlight, 100% my dad. Like, my mom would never want to do that. My dad's like, yeah, I'll do that. Let's do it. Whatever. And, oh, man, it was awesome. I mean, he looked old up there. He looked like an old man, but at the same time, there was some separation in the feet in the ground, jumping up and down. So
that's great. He's just under there being like, I'm a non-traditional student. I'm taking Spanish. I'm taking Spanish.
Yeah.
I go here.
Dude, it was awesome. It was so much fun. He also took like a selfie with the mascot as he's walking through, like, hey, take a picture with me. He just had the time of his life in the student section, dude. It was absolutely so much fun. It was wild. So I think, Olivia posted this Twitter link on our Facebook page, but Timon, we'll have to throw it in our edit too, because it's unbelievable. I mean, but yeah, I saw somebody comment like, this is my new favorite video. Like I've seen the video of Jake exploding in the fire pit. This trumps that one. Like as far as my new favorite video goes, somebody's else like, I watched this video 12 times straight. So I think Scott, I showed it to him. He's like, dude, I've watched that 3 times in a row, you know? So,
I remember when we were all watching the Chiefs game, you had made some comment like something crazy happened at the KU game. I told Scott, I'm not telling you, Jake, because I want to say it on the podcast.
Yeah.
And when I opened that link on the Facebook page, I was like, this is probably
That's it. Yeah.
This is probably what I'm supposed to see. So I closed it out pretty quickly. So I really haven't really seen it and apprecited it. So
Dude.
now I could just go watch it 15 times.
Oh my gosh. I mean, it really is. And he like sticks out like a sore thumb, obviously, because like he's this big old man amongst all these students, just right there on the edge of the flag, just having the time of his life, dude.
I got to send that to my dad and Coach John.
Yeah.
I feel like they will both
love it. So anyway, shout out to my dad. I mean, just what a win. What a fun time with him. So anyway, but then, we lost the game, dude. And like, I've only been to one other loss ever at Allen Fieldhouse.
Wow.
And it was right before, because we don't ever lose at home. It's crazy. It's kind of like the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And so it's like the other time they lost to Kentucky the day before the Chiefs lost to the Bengals in the AFC Championship. So I was like,
oh, it's happening.
Oh
again.
no.
There's a pattern.
Yes, dude. And then we saw like this like dad and son that we never see in the parking lot. And I was like, the last time we saw you guys was that Kentucky game. I was like, oh my gosh.
Now
dude.
you have like 3 pieces of data all lining up.
Right. It's like, this is too much. So Chiefs broke the curse, man. But anyway,
fun.
just a wild, so much fun just with my dad and just embracing the fact that this is crazy. We're this dude. Shout out to Olivia. She's so much fun. And just hooking it up. So
Hooking it up.
I was like, anytime. And then we got to go to that like athletic like training facility afterwards, which was really dope. And
Oh, wow.
showing us all around that. And I was like, anytime you need more people to fill in for the Spirit Squad seats, let us know. We're
Hey,
in.
Spirit Squad CK.
Yeah. So anyway,
That's fun. Okay, I prepared something. This is I feel like I'm normally the one like, all right, if we talk about football too much, we're losing people. Let's save it for the Patreon,
Sure.
But just took it upon myself. I feel like something needs to be said, and so
clear the air a little bit.
clear the air a little bit. Nancy posted on our Facebook page right after the game. Screenshot of a call she didn't agree with. This is a first down, point blank. She said hashtag Bills got cheated. A lot of people coming to her defense. A lot of people arguing with her. Stacy comments. There's literally no reasoning with Chiefs fans. They believe the Chiefs can do no wrong and earned everything. Okay, bud, sure.
Ooh, she butted.
She butted us as Chiefs fans.
She butted.
Taylor said, yep, refs showing up once again for the Chiefs. So many people, not just within Ghostrunners, so many people in the world.
All my friends that are not Chiefs fans are, yep.
Yeah, a lot of people seem like they wholeheartedly believe the NFL and the referees together have conspired to help the Chiefs win. Mm-hmm. So I took a little bit of time out my week, and this is as best I could from a logical, from an objective standpoint. This is why I don't believe. This is why I don't believe the NFL is rigging games for the Chiefs. And you guys just hear me out. Let me know what you think.
Just give me a single shot on Jake here and just let him go off.
That's my director right there. The NFL employs hundreds of referees, officials, and league staff every year. To pull off a conspiracy rigging games for a single team, you would need a significant number of these people to be in on the plot. I think it's implausible that no referee has ever come forward as a whistleblower or leaked evidence of this. Referees are human with diverse loyalties, ethics, and motivations. Keeping them all silent is virtually impossible. Conspiracy theories always unravel when too many people are involved. I could go into this more, but let's get into the good stuff. Point 2. NFL owners are billionaires with immense influence, competitive egos. They're heavily invested in their teams. Franchises are worth $4, $5, $6, $7, $8 billion each.
That's a billion with a B?
Billion with a B.
Wow.
For a conspiracy to favor the Chiefs, it would mean the other 31 owners are complicit. Why would Jerry Jones, Robert Kraft, other high-profile owners agree to an arrangement that disadvantages their own multi-billion-dollar investments? Then again, Brad, are billionaires known for being kind of like very generous and, just wanting to help for the greater good?
For no other reason besides just helping? Yeah.
Yeah. These owners sit on committees. This is what people don't really know. These owners sit on committees that oversee NFL rules and officiating. They have a direct say in league operations. And if favoritism existed, it would have been exposed and dismantled. If the Chiefs were in any way unfairly benefiting, owners could put pressure on Commissioner Roger Goodell, whose job depends on keeping owners happy, and they could vote to investigate officiating practices. None of those things have taken place. And the fact that none of that has taken place, I think, speaks volumes about the league's integrity. Now we're getting to the good stuff. The NFL thrives on parity. Most people would agree on that. It is designed to be fair.
Parody like The Onion, Babylon Bee?
Yeah, with a D.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
parity with a T.
Oh, parity.
Parity. The league's entire structure promotes parity. Let's take a look at the draft. Teams with worse records gets higher draft picks to balance talent across the league. The salary cap, it limits team spending, ensuring no team can outspend others to build a super team. There's even revenue sharing in the NFL. Teams pull most revenue from TV deals, merchandise, etc., so smaller market teams can remain competitive. The unpredictability is what NFL fans love. One of the most common monikers in the NFL is what? Any given Sunday. Any given Sunday.
Yeah.
We see it all the time. You look back to week 1 this year. The Patriots beat the Bengals. When you think back to that, you're like, how'd that happen?
Well,
there are upsets all the time.
The Patriots are America's team.
They get all the calls.
Yeah.
If the league were rigged for the Chiefs, fans of struggling teams, Jets, Browns, fill in the blank, would see no hope, disengage, stop watching games. This is the part I really like. Historical dynasties don't require rigging. Other dynasties have come and gone. You look at Steelers, 70s, Cowboys, 90s, Patriots, 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
With no conspiracy theories holding water. And the Chiefs' current success fits a historical pattern of strong teams dominating through amazing coaching, elite players, and a great front office. Every dynasty has those things. Chiefs are no different.
No.
Rigging the league for one team would undermine the very system that has made the NFL the most popular sport in America. Fans of teams that feel cheated would stop watching, which would hurt ratings and profits. That's the opposite of what the league wants. About 60% of the way through.
About 2/3 of the way through.
And just more on that topic, the NFL's reputation is its greatest asset. Its success is built on its credibility. If fans believed the league was rigged, they would lose faith in the game's outcomes, lower viewership. Scandals are already high risk. We've seen this before. Scandals like with the Patriots, Deflategate, Spygate, they caused massive controversies, required extensive damage control. Imagine the fallout if an actual rigging conspiracy for the Chiefs were exposed. It would destroy the trust in the NFL overnight. The Chiefs are already an attractive franchise because their natural talent, exciting style of play, fill in the blank. Rigging the league for them would bring minimal additional benefit compared to the catastrophic consequences of getting caught. And in today's age, like instant replays, social media, constant scrutiny, any hint of bias is dissected by millions of fans. We're seeing it. For the league to successfully rig games, they would need to fool an army of passionate, hyper-attentive fans every single week. And I don't believe it's feasible.
No.
And here's something I haven't seen anyone say online. This is really my own hot take here. But I think the Chiefs' success actually hurts the NFL's reputation. If the NFL were truly rigging games for the Chiefs, they're doing a horrible job managing the public perception of it. Every Chiefs win is met with outrage, accusations, and speculation about the refs. The entire media landscape is focused on officiating, not the game itself. Like when we're recording this, it's Super Bowl week, and that's all anyone's talking about. The NFL does not want this. The last thing any league wants is for its biggest post-game discussion or pre-Super Bowl discussion to be if the sport is even fair. Look at what's happening now. Every Chiefs win fuels the fire. Fans are actively disengaging, saying they don't trust what they're watching, threatening to boycott the Super Bowl. This is the opposite of what the NFL wants. Instead of celebrating its biggest stars and hyping up the product, the league is constantly fighting off credibility issues. If the Chiefs winning was good for the NFL, wouldn't they want it to make it a feel-good story? If anything, the NFL should want the Chiefs to lose once in a while, just to restore faith in the competition. Instead, Mahomes and company keep winning because, get this, they're actually good. And the league suffers because people can't accept that. Do not confuse greatness with unfairness.
Do not confuse greatness with unfairness. Elfine.
And after all that, if you still think the NFL is rigged for the Chiefs, take out a second mortgage on your house and bet it on the Chiefs.
That's what I think. Yeah, it's like no one truly believes it. That's my thought is like, if you believe it, then yeah, put your money where your mouth is. That's the easiest money you can make.
I had no problem with conspiracy theory people online saying it, but when it became a Ghostrunners issue, I'm like, wait, these are normal, real people believing this.
Personal for you?
I have to say something.
Yeah.
They're misguided. Do not confuse greatness with unfairness.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I said, if you believe it's still rigged, by all means, make some irresponsible decisions and bet on the Chiefs.
Yeah. Well, it's only rigged up to the Super Bowl, and then that's what they would say.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
well, hey, after that, like they have to win themselves. You know, like the refs can only do so much. They can't like actually win games, but they can help the Chiefs out get closer.
Well, counterpoint, people would say this all started with the James Bradbury hold in the Eagles Super Bowl.
Wow.
Remember that controversial call, which in the postgame interview, he said, yes, I held him.
Yes.
It's crazy how controversial that is.
That was-
when he
yeah.
admitted to it.
That is, I'm so glad that he admitted to it though.
Yeah.
Like I think that would have been like a big deal if he didn't. But that's great, Jake. Yeah. You tell him, baby.
That's it. I just, I welcome your feedback.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, well, yeah, I'll welcome your feedback.
I just think it's like, I mean, it's easy to hate on the team that wins. I understand, but I'm like, and whatever. Maybe we're just like making people mad back and forth right now. But it's like, I can't truly believe in anybody's heart of hearts that they think it's actually rigged. I think it's fun to be like, oh, that doesn't seem like quite a fair call. Like, that's fine. I understand that. But to be like, there's a script for this that, yeah, billion-dollar industries, like, if there was a script, then the Cowboys would be winning more often. Like
New York or LA team. There's 2 teams in LA, 2 teams in New York.
Sure.
Why aren't they more successful?
Yeah, all these very rich, like valuable franchises would be winning the games.
Yeah.
You know.
And Mahomes won a Super Bowl before it was rigged. And then since then they're like, why don't we start rigging it for him now?
Yeah. Well, it's big pharma. You know, that's why
Yeah.
Taylor and Travis are together.
Yep.
Still.
Yep.
Because everyone's talking about the shots now, right?
look at the snowball effect of that ad.
Yeah. So funny. man.
Yeah. I start to believe that they believe it more
You
recently.
get fired up about it. Yeah.
Yeah. And because people want to argue specific calls. I'm like, we could argue that all day, whatever. Referees make mistakes for both teams every game. I want to take a massive step back and like, let's actually try and see, is this feasible? And it's just not.
Be like, you're saying that, yeah, all these billionaires just are totally okay with losing all the time.
And with losing money. Like,
Yeah.
that's just so not a billionaire thing.
Yeah.
I'll lose a little bit every year.
No
It's all
problem.
good.
I mean, I have more than enough, right? I'm fine.
You think I bought this team to profit off of it?
No.
I'm trying to stay. If anything, if I go down a
It's a
little
tax write-off. Yeah.
that's the thing that's the hardest to get past is that the billionaire owners like oversee all this.
Yeah.
It's you're essentially saying the other billionaires are rigging it for the Chiefs. The competition is rigging it for the Chiefs.
Sure.
Doesn't make sense.
Does not make sense.
That's all we need to say. I'm done now.
I love it. Good job, Jake.
Thanks.
Way to pop up. Timon, any thoughts?
Might go to law school.
I don't know. I liked it. Good job, Jake.
Yeah. Like it.
Oh, I just liked it.
Like it. Good. Jake, I've only got about 5 hours of sleep last night. No problem. You know why? Because I have you know why?
Some
'Cause
type of radioactivity.
Let's start.
Okay, sorry.
Jake, sorry.
You don't? Start from the top.
I'm kind of getting mad at you, man. Please chill just a little bit. Jake, I've only got like 5, 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours of sleep last night. Do you know why?
Why? Wait, I think you're supposed to say, but I still feel awake, and then I'll say why. And then you.
Okay, now permission for you to be mad at me, Jake. I've only got like 2.5, 3 hours of sleep last night. That sounds better. Jake, I've only gotten 2.5. Can we just?
Yep. Scratching it.
It's just time. You can add all that to fit, so we don't have to do all that again. It's because of Main Street Roasters.
I think we got it.
I'm very awake right now because I've had Main Street Roasters in my bloodstream for 3 hours now, and I feel wonderful.
Now, we don't advocate for what Brad does often, which is the coffee enema, but look how excited he is. Look
exactly
how
how I look
exuberant
when
he
I-
is.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
And so we don't discriminate. However you want to take it, it'll go to your bloodstream and you will like it.
It goes in. It gets there no matter what.
Yep, it's
right?
gonna get there no matter what.
Yep.
And so 10% off site wide, and I'm talking the whole website. Get in the nooks and crannies of that website. I dare you. Put it in your cart. GRKC, still 10% off.
Let us know what your favorite blend is, what your favorite single origin is. I'm looking online right now. I'm very, very intrigued by Tanzanian Peaberry and Mexican Altura.
Wow.
I want to know. I want to know about those.
TPB.
If you guys have tried those, let us know. It's mainstreetroasters.com, GRKC, 10% off. You guys know them. You guys love them. They are a wonderful sponsor of ours over and over and over again. So please check them out
Today. Good. We almost had it at the same time.
time and do it where we like edit it back together. Today.
Use AI servers. Thanks.
I don't know how to follow that really.
You want to get on a... Wait, what's that segment we used to do? Don't get me started. You want to have a... Should I just give you a don't get me started just so you get to be fired up too?
Yeah.
All right.
People think the NFL's rigged. Oh!
Just turn my computer on you say it. All right. Scrolling.
Oh, gosh.
And that's in any form of scrolling.
The things you do with your fingertips these days.
Yep, here we go.
Scrolling should be last on the list.
Okay.
Right? Typing, sure. Typing, you're getting somewhere. Typing, you're seeing yourself make progress. Scrolling, these days, it's endless. It's endless, Jake.
Let's talk horizontal progress, not vertical progress.
That's what I'm saying.
Scrolling, you go down. Mm-hmm. Typing, you also go down.
Well,
but horizontal
after
first.
You go horizontal. Yeah.
I don't want to go down. Typewriter made me.
Every once in a while, I respond to an email and I don't go down. It just keeps typing out to the right.
Sometimes it does do
Why
that.
in the world is that happening?
Yeah.
But you know what? I welcome it because then I don't have to scroll.
Infinite horizontal.
I'll scroll horizontal. I'll scroll horizontal all day because that's time. Time is on a horizontal spectrum, right? I don't want to be on the spectrum scrolling down, right? I want to be on the spectrum scrolling right.
Yeah.
I'm way over there on the spectrum. So, yeah, right. Give me a break about this scrolling thing. I mean, I remember when the Zuckerbergs and the Musks and the Instagram guy and what's his name? The MySpace Jack or whatever.
MySpace Jack.
Freaking Jack.
Tom.
Freaking Tom. Just Tom and Jack probably. He was just like, hey, we should scroll all the time. And I'm like, I'm done scrolling.
Yeah, right.
I remember when the mouse came out with the little thing in the middle and you could just scroll that thing. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. I don't want to do it. I don't want you to do it. Not ever. Give me, if there's a million results on Google, I want 25 per page max, and then I want to click over. I don't want endless scrolls. Dead Sea Scrolls pretty good. All right, Dead Sea Scrolls I can get behind.
That's not scrolling. Those are scrolls.
Those are scrolls.
Yeah.
Give me all the scrolls.
I like a scroll.
Yes, scribes and scrolls, not the Zuckerbergs and the Musks and the freaking Toms and the trolls.
Rhyming.
Yeah, I was trying to. Okay, I couldn't think of anything. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. There's not that much to rhyme with that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. Hattie's been rhyming a lot lately, having a blast with it.
And how?
Thinking it's the funniest joke in the world. She was having a little bit of a protein shake the other day.
Okay.
She's like, this shake is something I like to take. And then she thought of a few more, like, this shake is not baked. And then I was like, all right, what about earthquake? This shake would be good in an earthquake.
We should do an ad read.
Yeah.
That style.
Maybe
style.
so. And then like all of a sudden she got on a roll, like everything she saw, like trying to find rhymes for it. So
that's fun. I think it's fun to rhyme.
Scroll and troll. She would have been all over that one. So anyway, don't get me started on scrolling. Ugh.
Scrolling.
Anyway.
All right. Reviews of the week, not just. I don't want to hear your letterbox review. You seen any movies lately, Timon?
Yeah. You know what's kind of a funny thing? I watched Trey's special on Hulu. And
That is a funny thing. Oh man. Hulal.
And I was like,
jokes in there.
I love logging things on Letterboxd so much. I'm gonna add this to Letterboxd. So I just got some info and put it on this other site that adds it on there. So
Oh, that's
it's on there.
awesome.
It's got like 30 other logs.
Oh, but you started it. You added it.
It wouldn't have been on the site if it wasn't for me.
Nice.
You're gonna become like a Wikipedia editor. You're gonna like fall in love with this.
Yeah.
Like I'm changing the internet.
Right. Yeah. And
How
then,
many?
Sorry.
How many stars did you give?
It's confidential.
Yeah.
Yeah, follow me on there.
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Good.
Yeah, that's the cliffhanger.
Yeah. And then one other.
Are you gonna put my special on Letterboxd?
I thought about it. I was like, that's easy enough.
Fun.
I think it'd be fun.
Are you going on Hulu
They haven't said no.
or Amazawful? Hulal? Amazawful.
What are you doing right now?
OFL, like,
RFL.
Oh, everything's LOL.
because isn't that what is who LOL?
What?
Isn't that like,
Hulu? HULU?
I know.
What now?
I thought there was like some like campaign where it's like we're doing all these stand-up comedians on Hulu. Hulal.
Maybe it is.
LOL. So then I was trying to think
never
of
saw
other
that.
ones.
Maybe they're trying to compete with like Netflix as a joke. That's kind of their side brand.
Yep. That's what I was saying. Amaz awful. OFL, like a raffle.
Sounds like you're saying
Or-
awful.
I know. I got it, Timon. Hey, not everything's hilarious, okay? I try my hardest. All right. What else? You going to
Yeah.
Don't get me started.
Prime.
What about HBO Max LOL?
Dang
like the most LOL.
That's good.
HBO Max.
That's really funny.
LMAO.
That's really funny. All right. I'll get there. My review of the week. New Ghosty, 5 stars from Keaton Farm D. I'm still a somewhat new listener to the Ghostrunners podcast. However, as someone who grew up in Springfield, Missouri, maybe, Illinois, Massachusetts, we don't know, and moved to Kansas City about 9 years ago, I really appreciate and relate to what these guys are doing. My wife and I had our first son about a year ago. Congratulations. We became a homeowner not long before that. Congratulations on the humidifier. And so I enjoy hearing how they have tackled similar situations, and especially how intentional of a dad Brad is. I'm encouraged by their boldness and their faith and how that impacts their day-to-day and the relationships they have formed through that. Ghostrunners podcast has made working out and my commute that much more enjoyable, and I'm excited for my son to get a bit older so that he can appreciate it as well. That's fun to think about.
That is fun.
Thank you for the review.
Keaton, is his name?
Keaton Farmdy.
Keaton Farmed me. Mine's short and sweet, but it's helpful. From Casey Olson 10. You got to get with the Mind Pup guys. They will set you on a great path to get strong and shredded. Look them up if you like this podcast. So someone put this in the Facebook page as well.
Yeah.
Someone made some like AI, language model that pulls from fitness podcast. And so you can ask it like fitness-based questions, and it'll
Cool.
give you answers based on what these guys would say. Basically listen to a million podcasts for you.
That's pretty fun.
So yeah, shout out Mind Pump.
Mind Pump. I thought you said pup at first.
Mind Pump.
Okay.
Mind Pump.
Oh, yeah.
My heart goes out to them.
I really, really appreciate them. Mind Pump. That's what, yeah, Elon loves Mind Pump.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay, great.
Would you guys like to end this episode with a jingle? Great
Yes.
job last week, by the way. I think it was,
Anna.
yeah, someone, who was it? Asked if someone could clip that up and put it on Spotify. I'm with you. Someone needs to do that.
Someone should.
Not me, but
Yeah.
someone do it. Put it on Spotify. Ghostrunners Tight Beats. Put the Anna song on there.
Yes. I'm gonna send this one to you, Timon. You can sing along with me if you want.
Sweet.
Noah Schweep sent us one. Let's see if he said anything that I need to tell you about. Oh, yeah, he said some nice things. While I forward this to you, Timon, I'll read it to you.
Cool.
Timon, I'm not going to say your email on here just in case.
You never know.
All right, Timon, I just sent it to you.
Great.
He said, I want to thank you guys again for bringing so much joy into my and the other ghosties' lives. It's rare to find something so enjoyable to listen to that you also don't have to feel guilty about listening to. I even got my mom to be a fan. Heck yeah, baby.
Hello.
You help make my drive to work and cleaning the house so much more enjoyable. God bless you guys and your families. Hope to see you soon. Noah Schwapey.
Schwapey. Wait, that's an actor. Is that the guy from Stranger Things?
No, that's
Oh, Schnapp. I knew it was like a
What if?
Noah Schnapp.
He doesn't say anything. He just puts his full name in there and is like, we'll see if you know me.
See if they figure it out.
Which one of him, what character is he on Stranger Things?
I don't know. That guy.
Oh,
is it like
Will?
Yeah, Will.
Oh, a couple of Stranger Things addicts on our hands. A couple strange heads.
I think I just watched 2 seasons of it.
I think one time
Don't do that.
I recall
Will Byers.
when it was like just season 1 out, I was like with my sister. She was watching like a scariest moments compilation. Freaked me out.
Yeah.
I was like 8 or 9 probably. Kind of scarred me.
Scariest moments.
8 or
compilation.
9. Timon's so young, dude. That's crazy.
That's
Was
what's-
I don't
Slash
know.
time
Was I
moves
that
really
young?
fast. I'll say that.
Yeah.
It feels like Stranger Things came out very recently to me. Like not truly. Like if I had to consciously be like,
It was like my Crenshaw year, so 2016, 2017.
I was gonna say, I think it was when Hattie was born. Yeah, around that
26.
time.
Okay, so I couldn't have been quite that young, but like yeah, I was young though. Yeah.
Now you got a low voice. I was young. You know.
I was young.
I was a little
Yeah,
kid.
Didn't
good
eat
boy.
eggs for breakfast.
And, yeah.
All right, time. Let's do this thing. You know this song?
I know the chorus at least, so
Great.
I can try to join in. All right, here we go.
I can't wait to hear what you guys come up with.
Would you like me to forward it to you?
No.
Nailed it at the end there.
Finish strong.
Hey, we finished. Yeah, finished strong.
That was a great one.
That was fun, Noah Schwapey.
Well performed, well written.
Come on, bring us another one, baby.
Yeah, keep them coming.
I will say this is. I mean, whatever. It's one of those like generational things. Who do you think sings that? Well, maybe Jake. You might. When you think of that song, what do you think of?
Smash Mouth.
Yes, which is like it's a cover of an old song. I think
Is
by
it
the,
really?
by the Monkees back in the day.
Oh, well, how about that?
Hey, hey, we're the Monkees. People say monkey around. People are gonna know our song from Smash Mouth. So, anyway, because he sent, what did he say? Oh, like in his thing, it said, "Jingle to I'm a Believer" by Smash Mouth. I was like, okay, but it's a fun version of it. So, shout out Noah. Shout out to all the ghosties. Thank you guys for always listening. Always
listening.
I had the thought the other day. Someone should write a jingle to "Dare You to Move" by Switchfoot.
Oh, good song.
Yeah.
Is that
Just-
one of the
just
songs
thought-
too? I remember like listening to that on headphones back in the day, and it was left side, right side.
That's a different.
No, that's Meant to Live.
That's Meant to Live.
Meant to
Yeah,
Live.
I think. But I thought maybe Dare You to Move too. Like, welcome to the fallout. Yeah.
It
I
might
thought
have
maybe
some,
that was
yeah.
a little. Oh,
Maybe
Dare You to
so.
Move though was like all left, all right.
Meant to Live, you mean?
Yep. Oh man, that was like one of the first like electric guitar songs I learned.
Yeah.
222 4 with a bend. 222 4 with a bend. Yeah, whatever it was, something like that. Boom, 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 boom. Good times. Good times, guys.
Times. We'll see you Wednesday. I'm going to talk more about. I got my DEXA scan results. I forgot to.
Oh.
Been meaning to.
I'm
Tell
excited to
you
hear
guys,
about that.
So I'll tell you where I'm at there,
Great.
and we're gonna do a fun s'mores.
Oh yeah, we are. Timon, you ready?
Yeah.
Right. All right, we love you guys. See you Wednesday. Ghostrunners Podcast. Everybody